Hello, this is Jacqueline, and today is November 4th, 2010. And we just finished a group talk, and the topic of today's group talk was our plans for the winter. So it's getting colder and colder recently, so some of us are starting to plan our winter vacation. So we talked a little bit about traditions because the end of the year, there are lots of different religions and cultures that do different things around this time of year. So, for example, we celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or the New Year. So all of us in our group in the group talk today, traditionally do different things at this time of year. For example, I celebrate Christmas with a Christmas tree and Christmas gifts, and it's a time of year we spend with our family. And similarly, in Japanese culture, you spend time with your family and more around the New Year. So around the New Year, you make special foods, and my understanding was that each different food has its own meaning. So, for example, this type of food, you prepare it and you eat it, and it's like a blessing for your profession or different parts of your life. So, when bringing up this subject, we needed to clarify that what you say is every different food has its own meaning. So it was a little bit of a difficult sentence to say. So if different things have different meanings, each thing has its own meaning. And some new vocabulary that we learned along this topic was ceremonial, for example. So it's an adjective. So the noun would be ceremony. And to describe something as ceremonial, it's usually describing a ritual or a traditional activity. So in an example sentence, the 1st of January is a very ceremonial time of year. So it's ceremonial is describing the word time. So in another sentence, we can say we make different types of ceremonial food. And similarly, ceremony is the noun, so it's the event. In an example, there was a wedding ceremony at Meiji Jingu shrine on the weekend. Similarly, when we were talking about the New Year, and how we spend time with our family members. Another word for family members is our relatives. So our aunts, our uncles, our grandparents, our cousins, these people are our relatives. So we spend lots of time during the end of the year with our relatives. And another vocabulary word was siblings, and siblings are your brothers and sisters. So in an example, a question is, do you have any siblings? No, I have no siblings, so I have no brothers or sisters. Or, yes, I have 2 brothers and 1 sister, so these are my siblings. And also, a new word was depressed. So someone is depressed, and this is like a clinical sickness or maybe a disease that means that someone is very, very, very sad. And so to be depressed is when you're very, very sad. So this was brought up in the group talk because during this time of year where we spend lots of time with our family, there are some people who become or who are depressed if they have no family. So it's very sad for them. In an example sentence, Christmas is a depressing time of year for some people with no family. In another example sentence, when my grandmother passed away or when my grandmother died, I became very depressed, so very, very sad. And then the last vocabulary word that we learned was patio. So a patio is an outdoor area of a house or an apartment. So a similar word is courtyard. It's usually like a paved space. So in an example sentence, we had a barbecue on our rooftop patio last night. So it's different than balcony, and it's different than deck, and it's more like a courtyard. So that's the word patio. And just one last mistake that is commonly made by Japanese students. The mistake was when I was junior high school student, and of course the missing word is when I was a junior high school student. So that was all we talked about in the group talk today. It was nice hearing people's plans for the winter with their family and their friends, and it sounds like everybody has a really great plan for the end of the year with lots of food and lots of family. So I'm also looking forward to my winter vacation. So I hope you learned something from this group talk. It was really fun, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.